There's a very good reason your submission doesn't feel like hers. Because it isn't. Because it never can be. Maybe you hear other content about submission, and you see other comments, and you wonder, why is what I think and what I want so different from her? Well, every baby girl has a very different entry point, a different desire, a different shadow or firework variation of their emotions. And none of it makes you wrong. None of it makes anyone else right. It actually makes you real, more authentic. You want what you want in order to be free because of your complete submission to your daddy and master. Now, there is an infinite amount of levels of submission. That's why it relates so well to being an art form. Infinite art to be and to come. Now, I know very little about certain arts, but I know what I like, what inspires me, what fulfills me. And every submissive soul has a vision personal to them. Most haven't spoken it out loud or even tried to explore it. But here I am, ready to guide you to change that should you wish. So the very purpose of this conversation we're having right now is to help you define and deepen your personal version of submission. Which level of submission you are right now, in this very moment, this very particular mood of yours. Not to tell you what level you're at, that's not my purpose. I'm here to guide you so you can feel it for yourself. This conversation now is to encourage you to find an internal clarity, not to give an obvious performance for your master. The performance is in watching you grow. And this conversation also positions you as the one creating the universe in terms of having it designed to sculpt your submission very uniquely, to learn it, to feel it, to shape it as yours and no one else's. This is really an ever-evolving thing. See, some days your submission wants bedtime stories and gentle words. Other days, it needs to be told. It needs to feel owned. It needs to be stretched, spanked, taken. And in between all those days, maybe it just wants to understand itself. That's the part that most masters never get. They think that submission is an act. When I say over my knee, I mean over my knee. And when I say get off my knee, I mean get off my knee. But for you, it's a pulse. It's your way of organising emotion, releasing control, and finding power in that surrender. And that's why this isn't a kink channel. What we do here at Her Master's Voice is a world, a curriculum, a never-ending paradise garden where your submission blooms on its own terms. Now, imagine for a moment that this paradise garden was your universe of submission in bloom. You can close your eyes and imagine a scene like that, can't you? What do you see? Well, do you see a never-ending pathway of flowers and trees and plants, which are just all one shape, one colour, and they all smell the same? Of course not. That wouldn't be paradise. That would be very boring, wouldn't it? And when something is that boring, you don't go back again, no matter how never-ending it is. In fact, you, my clever baby girl, imagine every shape, every size in this paradise garden, every flower and many that you even invent in your mind, every colour and so many new colours you invent, every smell and much, much more that you would love to smell. That's true pleasure. That makes you want to go back for more. Each moment you spend there is something new to bloom with and learn and enjoy. In fact, you would never want to leave this kind of paradise. And what you grow inside becomes what blooms around you. That's why this kind of garden only reveals itself when you're ready to see it. Of course, some baby girls may prefer to come here just for one thing, and that's okay too. To hear my voice and feel close. To sleep easier, knowing someone is watching over her. Maybe to get turned on and disciplined. To learn about jealousy, or shame, or guilt, or desire, or why she cries when she's praised. Maybe to whisper daddy at 2 a.m. when no one else knows. Maybe just not to be alone. Or maybe to masturbate. Possibly some want 2 or 4 or 3 or 9 of those things. All of those are levels. All of those are valid. And I really hope whoever chooses any or all of those does find comfort, and it helps to grow their soul. None are lesser, none are more, none are finished or perfect and never to be expanded. Your submission isn't a ladder, it's a labyrinth. You don't rise up, you go deeper in. And of course, I say this over and over again, but I genuinely believe this and feel this, that this channel, Her Master's Voice, is about the art of submission. It's not a kink, not a role play. It's a devotion to understanding what you feel and need and why. It's a promise that no matter your depth or your stage or your level, there is something here for you, and you know when the time comes, whatever you need in future will arrive for you too. Of course, I say not a role play, but some content is playful. Some is fictional for obvious reasons. Some is fiction for educational reasons. And to be honest, some Daddy calls role play so YouTube doesn't tell him off. And trust me, some of what we do here does walk a very, very thin tightrope. But that makes us even more exciting, doesn't it? It's a lesson in itself. When you feel something, want something, believe in something, then trust me, baby girl, you will take a big, big chance and find a way to get what you want. So, baby girl, where do you think you are right now? Your level of submission? You don't have to answer that out loud right now. Or, of course, you can scream it out loud right now if you feel the need. But this is not where you've been, not where you think you should be, not where anybody else says they are. This is right now, what you feel right now. Are you tired and aching to be held? Are you aroused and aching to be taken? Are you curious and aching to be taught? Are you hungry constantly for emotional intelligence? Submission is a never-ending paradise. Arousing bare-bum spankings because sometimes you need release. Sleep whispers because sometimes you need safety and sleep. Daddy chats because sometimes you just want to feel someone still here. Emotional lessons on guilt, shame, jealousy, fear, because, well, submission holds deeply all of those. Silly bedtimes because the little girl in you still needs play. Deep psychological unraveling because you're intelligent and deserve to be led that way? Are you all of those at once, and no one's ever let that be okay? Okay, let me then, baby girl. Let me do that for you. Because the core truth is, submission is complex, yet naturally simple when it's all about you. It doesn't make you weaker, it makes you more real. The art isn't in what you give, it's in what you let me grow from what you've kept hidden. And I say this constantly, it's all about what is inside you. This thing we're building here, this art of submission, is not for show. It's not for comparison. It's not a competition. Not for you to be judged. We don't care what the outside world thinks, one way or another. It's for you. You're not behind in your submissive journey. You're not wrong. You're not too much. You're not too needy. You're not too little. You are always more than enough, and more is always wanted from you. You're not here to compare. You're here to become. You came to me because you felt at home and wanted to be my student in the art of submission. And you haven't left because there is still so much more to do. You came to me for the part of you that knows obedience is a kind of relief, that praise can heal more than therapy, that giving yourself to the right voice can feel like becoming more of yourself, not less. The freedom is a prize of being owned, not the only one, but a huge prize, a huge achievement. And this is instant freedom. You don't have to wait to graduate in 5 years' time to be free. You can be free now. You can be free in any given moment. You can feel free with each word I speak to you now. Freedom, my baby girl, doesn't come from escape. It comes from being held so completely that you can finally let go. I didn't build this to entertain. I built it to transform. And if you're still listening, you are ready for that transformation. Your submission has levels. And whichever one you feel you're in right now, that's where I am too. Right next to you. Carry on being you. Carry on doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of the way you're exploring who you are, of wanting this, of keep coming back. Remember, this is all about you. Without you, this doesn't work. Without your trust in this and my voice, without you giving yourself, giving up that ownership to explore and be guided, this couldn't work. And what we're developing here is some kind of wonderful. And I love you so much.